Dog won't let baby sleep alone. Parents call the police. Before we begin, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Jessie woke up to the sound of deep, urgent barking. Her heart pounded as she checked the baby monitor. Benji, their golden retriever, was standing over Lily's crib, his body tense, his growls low and threatening. Something was wrong. Jessie rushed to the nursery, David close behind. The moment they entered, Benji spun around, positioning himself between them and the crib. His eyes were wide, his fur bristling. David reached for Benji's collar, trying to calm him, but the dog wouldn't budge. Instead, he let out another growl, this time directed toward the open window. Jessie gasped. Had someone been inside? The unsettling thought wouldn't leave David's mind. That night, he decided to check the baby monitor footage. What he saw made his blood run cold. A shadow. Moving. Near the crib. David's hands shook as he reached for his phone and dialed 911. Minutes later, sirens lit up their quiet street, officers swarming their home. Benji hadn't been acting out. He had been trying to warn them. Benji had always been Jessie and David's most loyal companion. A gentle, affectionate dog, he had been part of their lives for years. But the moment Jessie became pregnant, he changed. He started acting anxious, restless around her, barking at her belly, and never leaving her side. Jessie laughed it off, assuming he was just adjusting to the idea of a new family member. But when Lily was born, Benji's behavior became impossible to ignore. He refused to leave her crib, growled at strangers who came too close, and paced anxiously whenever Lily was asleep. At first it felt sweet, like he was just a protective big brother. But then, things took a strange turn. Especially when it came to Anne. Anne had been Jessie's best friend for over a decade. Naturally, when Lily was born, Anne offered to help as a babysitter. Jessie trusted her completely. But Benji didn't. From the moment Anne stepped into their home, Benji was different. He watched her closely, his body stiff, his eyes filled with suspicion. When she held Lily, he whined and paced restlessly. When she put Lily to sleep, he barked and scratched at the door. And then, one day, Anne called Jessie, her voice panicked. Benji bit me. Jessie and David were stunned. Benji had never bitten anyone before. Was he becoming aggressive? Had the stress of a new baby changed him? Or was there something else? David took Benji to the vet, hoping for answers. But the checkup showed nothing wrong. The vet, however, said something that sent chills down David's spine. Dogs sense things we don't. If he's acting this way, he's trying to tell you something. David couldn't shake the uneasy feeling that Benji wasn't the problem. That night, he set up security cameras in the house, just to be sure. And that's when the truth started to unravel. David spent days reviewing footage, looking for any signs of what was bothering Benji. At first, there was nothing. Then, one night, he saw it. A figure. Moving through Lily's room. His breath hitched as he rewound the footage. There it was again, a dark shadow slipping through the open window, creeping toward Lily's crib. But before it could get any closer, Benji appeared, snarling, forcing the figure to retreat. David's heart pounded. Someone had been inside their home. More than once. And Benji had been the only one who knew. David wasted no time. He called the police, his voice shaking as he explained what he had seen. Officers arrived in minutes, combing through the house, reviewing the footage. Then, one of them turned to Jessie and David. Where is Anne? They tried calling her, but her phone was disconnected. Officers ran her information through the system, and that's when Jessie's world shattered. Anne didn't exist. Her identity was completely fake. Police searched the house for more clues. That's when Benji started barking furiously at the nursery wall. Officers exchanged glances before grabbing a sledgehammer. What they found behind the drywall made Jessie feel sick. Stacks of passports. Stolen documents. A safe filled with cash. And one passport, Anne's face, but with a different name. She's not Anne, an officer muttered. She's Elizabeth Holmes, an international spy wanted in 17 countries. Jessie felt the ground shift beneath her. And her best friend, Lily's babysitter, wasn't who she said she was. And the only reason they knew was because of Benji. Or Elizabeth was caught at the airport, trying to flee. She confessed everything. She had targeted David from the start. As the director of a national security firm, he had access to classified information, and she had spent years working her way into their lives. And at night, when she thought no one was watching, she had been sneaking into their home, searching for more. But she hadn't counted on Benji. As the officers finished their work, one of them crouched beside the golden retriever, giving him a gentle pat. "You saved them, buddy. You saved them all." Jessie and David looked at their dog, the one they had almost sent away, the one they had doubted. Tears filled Jessie's eyes as she knelt beside him, pressing a kiss to his head. "We'll never stop trusting you again." Lily and Benji grew up inseparable. He never left her side, always watching, always protecting. And from that day on, Jessie and David knew one thing for sure. Sometimes, a dog knows the truth long before we do. Would you trust your dog if they were trying to tell you something? Let us know in the comments below.